What's happening, baby?
Everything's happening.
It's all happening.
With Eyelids from their Accidental Falls LP, propelling the rock forward over your airwaves and digistreams, getting this edition of It's All Happening on its way. I'm Andy Valeri, producer and host of the program, and like a dorky FM DJ talking over the song, I'm here thanking you for tuning in and making this audiophonic transmission part of the soundtrack of your day. We'll be here for the hour, broadcasting what needs to be cast. Music from the mind, heart, and soul. So keep your dial tuned right here where
it's all happening.
Any, psychedelic folk song or rhythm song that's got a little bit of revolution on it. This is called Scratch in the Sky.
We went to see the band in a 68 Cadillac sedan with letters on the side that said Nazi punks fuck off. We were flying through the clouds on our very first trips up to the moon or the Cleveland Coliseum, to be precise. Oh my, did you ever get so high you derailed the trains of thought that you were riding? Oh my, you could scratch the sky and find the thoughts you thought you lost were only hiding. You could go overseas and climb around up in the trees that grow inside your mind with proper maintenance and water. Take a slow train to Moravia and pray with the blessed Savior as she melts away the glories of your youth. Oh my, did you ever get so high you derailed the trains of thought that you were riding? Oh my, you could scratch the sky and find the thoughts you thought you lost were only hiding. Quit hiding. Travel up into the high desert. You can probably get there from the low desert. Don't get angry with yourself. Take some time to find yourself. In my country we get away with lots of things, including fixing elections and killing presidents. Everybody makes a big deal. Then 2 days later we're back to Martin Luther drinking the amnesia Kool-Aid. Oh my, did you ever get so high you derailed the trains of thought that you were riding? Oh my, you could scratch the sky and find the thoughts you thought you lost were only hiding. Oh my, if you scratch the sky you'll find the thoughts you thought you lost were only hiding. Quit hiding.
Thank you.
Did you know that apparently people don't want to work anymore? I guess the intrinsic lethargy of everyone under the age of 40 has manifested into this economy-killing, avocado toast-eating, not made like they used to be entitled whiny plague. Of course, it has nothing to do with the fact that we're watching irresponsible, too-big-to-fail oil companies give the earth a Colombian necktie while we're told to worry about our carbon footprint, or that our parents' generation were able to afford a home and kids without the need of a college degree while we're saddled with student loan debt.
Who are you?
I'm the official sentry of the island of Mysfit toys.
How do you work this thing? That's what I want to know. It should reinflate when you've used it so you can have yourself another go. If I told you I loved you, baby, I certainly meant what I said. But my arms are blunt and my legs are sharp and there's nobody home in my head. How do you work this thing? How do you work this, work this, work this, work this, work this? How do you work this thing? That's what I want to find out. Everything it connects with only leaves a kink in the spout. How do you work this thing? How do you work this, work this, work this, work this, work this? Who's been feeding tomatoes to the cat? I have never seen a vegetarian cat. I just want to sleep on you and leave it at that. Oh, how do you work this thing? How does it loop the loop? How does it point correctly? Not into the chicken coop. If I told you I loved you, baby, I certainly spoke my mind. But one day's egg is the next day's chicken, and the chicken I rely on is blind. How do you stop this thing? How do you turn it off quick? It's starting to spray all over the place. It's spraying my feet and it's spraying your face, and it's making the customers, making the customers, making the customers, making the customers sick.
That's why I'm a misfit toy. My name is all wrong.
The same bad apple
ride. And we can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings of money. A choice right now between fear and love. The eyes of fear want you to put bigger locks on your door, buy guns, close yourself off. The eyes of love instead see all of us as one.
Hey, we're all misfits too. Maybe we could stay here for a while.
I should have seen her coming. I am practiced in the ways of dodging bullets out of blind spots from living years of foggy days. At least I'm not alone. I'm one of many in these parts. Helen of Ventura launched 1,000 broken hearts. Hair as black as Sabbath, charcoal eyes that work like wine, intoxicating and parading through these conquered streets of mine. Well, I put up brave resistance, but she overwhelmed my guards. And Helen of Ventura launched 1,000 broken hearts. La da da da, la da da, la da da da, la da da, la da da. La da da da, la da da, la da da da. I studied under masters and I learned their lessons well, and I put them into play in greasy dives and fine hotels. Well, I've got a certain skill set, but it comes in fits and starts. Helen of Ventura launched 1,000 broken hearts. Now I'll leave you till you're burning, send you on your foolish way into the colder corners of the warmest summer day. As you stalled in steely turrets, they'll turn to putty in her arms. Helen of Ventura launched 1,000 broken hearts. Helen of Ventura launched 1,000 broken hearts. La da da da, la da da, la da da da, la da da, la da da da, la da da.
We just heard Dayton, Ohio expat Tod Weidner with his 2.1 mix of Helen of Ventura, a wonderful number from a wonderful musical creator, let alone a wonderful human being. Todd's an old friend of mine and is a longtime music veteran, as is John Shough, another Daytonian whose work as a producer-engineer, let alone a songwriter, is legendary among the indie rock world, his having been the main man behind the board for so many great works from the music-rich world of Dayton, Ohio. Countless productions with Bob Pollard and Guided by Voices, as well as The Breeders, and scores of other Dayton and Ohio region bands, including many from the Big Beef Records label. And speaking of Ohio, we had another original Ohioan, Tim Easton, with his ode to an Ohio town, with his Old New Straitsville Blues, featuring some of his performance at the SRS rehearsal stage, aka the Church of Ellen in St. Anne's Hill in Dayton, and not from Dayton or Ohio, an early classic from Robyn Hitchcock in his Groovy Decoy album. You're listening to It's All Happening, your weekly sonic venture into our world through music. You're invited to visit our website at bigbeef.com for more information on the program, including playlists and info links to the material you're hearing on it. We have a program mailing list you can sign up for there as well to stay updated on new editions of the program and other fun goodies. There's much more to come, so keep it tuned in and turned up right here for more of
It's All Happening.
Trade a cigarette for a sunset.
right see them simply as criminals out to destroy the existing structures of society. The left see them as hopeless utopians, deviationists, nearer to a bunch of bandits. As for the authorities, they don't like anarchists in general because they're unpredictable. You can never tell how they're going to react to a given political situation.
You know that it's when all of this neoliberal trickle-down economic theory that so holds down the majority of people. On some level, it will hold you down too.
Well, we're a couple of misfits, and now we'd like to live here.
I'm like a stranger in my own hometown. I'm like a stranger in my own hometown. My so-called friends stop being friendly. Oh, but you can't keep a good man down. No, you can't keep it. I came home with good intentions about 5 or 6 years ago. I came home with good intentions about 5 or 6 years ago. My hometown won't accept me. I just don't feel welcome here no more. Help you wild man. About 5 or 6 years ago, yes I did. I came home with good intentions about 5 or 6 years ago. When my hometown won't accept me, just don't feel welcome here no more. Throw your hands out. Like a stranger in my own hometown. Yeah, I'm like a stranger in my own hometown. My so-called friends stop being friendly. Oh, but you can't keep a good man.
The fact that all the most important aspects of our civilization's operation are hidden, manipulated, and obfuscated by the powerful makes a joke of the very idea of democracy. Because how can people know what government policies to vote for if they can't even clearly see those policies? How can people know what to vote for when everything about their understanding of the world is being actively distorted for the benefit of the powerful?
I did everything right and they indicted me.
When you see me hurt so bad, tell me what I did to you, babe, that can make you act like that. to stick it in. Yeah, you know so many ways to be wicked. But you don't know one little thing about love. Yeah, those cold eyes line with a smile. You take pride in that devil down inside. I could take another page. I could hold it pretty well. I could watch your little eyes light up when you're walking me through hell. Yeah, I've been your fool before, babe. Well, I'm proud to do it again. No, you ain't afraid to let me have it. I ain't afraid to stick it in. Oh, you know so many ways to be wicked. But you don't know one little thing about love. Oh, you know so many ways to be wicked. But you don't know one little thing about love. Oh, oh, oh.
You're riding along the airwaves with It's All Happening, your groovy and cosmic audiophonic antidote to the corrosive cultural toxins of our age. We just heard Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers with one of their musical misfits, Ways to Be Wicked, which never actually managed to find a home on any album back during the time of its production. We also had Elvis Presley with his Ode to Alienation, as well as the title track to the debut album from The Ghost of the Saber-Toothed Tiger, the musical project of Sean Ono Lennon and Charlotte Kemp Mule. For complete set lists on this and other episodes of the program, feel free to visit our website at bigbeef.com. Any questions or comments about the program, or if you'd like to sign up for the program mailing list, email us directly at radio@bigbeef.com. So if your radio's tuned here, your radio's tuned right, as there's more to come where...
It's all happening.
I completely stink when it comes to the business part. I can write songs, I can play, but when it comes to talking about, I mean, I played my first 5 or 6 shows without getting paid just because I wouldn't approach him. I wouldn't go and say, do I get money? Because I'd been doing it for so long, open stage night, without getting paid. I thought, you know what, I don't want to ask for money, you know. And I still had some of that old punk mentality of, well, it's your sellout if you make money, you know. Right. So I don't know what I was thinking, then maybe I was going to be a plumber for the rest of my life and just play Tuesday nights, or, you know, but now I like to get paid. I mean, that's not the reason to do it, but it's nice. It's nice to be able to get something to eat on the way home.
You're going to lose your mother. You're going to lose your father. You're going to lose animals and humans that you love. It's going to happen. You're going to lose money, and at the same time, people are also going to hurt you. Even so, you don't even know what you did wrong. Things like this are going to happen in this lifetime. To wait for better times to come where the world will be completely in peace, and you can walk peacefully over the street, never having the fear that somebody's going to come and do something with you. It's not going to happen, because the world is just the way as it is.
Everybody's gotta hold on, hope. It's the last thing that's holding me. Invitation to the last dance, then it's time to leave. That's the price we pay when we deceive one another. And my mother, she opens up for free. Everybody's gotta hold on, hope. It's the last thing that's holding me. Look at the talk box in mute frustration. At the station, there hides the cowboy. Look at the talk box, mute frustration. At the station, there hides the cowboy. His campfire flickering on the landscape. Nothing grows on, but time still goes on. Through each life of misery, everybody's gotta hold on, hope. It's the last thing that's holding me. Everybody's gotta hold on, hope. It's the last thing that's holding me. Everybody's gotta hold on, hope. It's the last thing that's holding me.
For Gregg. I planted a kiss on your forehead right after you left us. The bed of a snow angel still fresh outside your window. We told ourselves we made it to lighten the load for your journey, but looking back on it now, we were trying to shed the weight of our own uselessness as we watched the flame dim on a soul that taught us about anarchy and purpose and songwriting and Brainiac and 1,000 other gifts, so many that I couldn't reconcile the fertile mind I knew with the ashen husk there on the bed in the soft light, slack-jawed, eyes rolled back like a Renaissance Jesus lowered from the cross. It's still bold-faced vivid in my mind all these years and miles later. You looked so damned exhausted. The apocryphal tale the pastor told at your funeral of you agreeing to be saved filled me with a dull, throbbing, tired anger that threw the last handful of dirt on the casket of my Midwestern, God-fearing Christian upbringing. It was like a Hertz commercial at the end of a Bach cello suite, a hijacking of a life lived in fiery defiance for cheap applause and product placement. And I tell you this, there wasn't a single red-eyed, mop-haired urchin in a self-consciously worn suit and tie or a thrifted dress in that room that had any doubt that you had been saved the moment you plugged in your first guitar that first time in the smoke-filled church on First Street, forever and ever. Amen.
Standing in the garden waiting for the English sun to come and make me brown so I can be someone. Hand on my umbrella, I had a dream this afternoon. Whatever you do, you gotta get out, son. You gotta get out for what you want. Instead of watching rain pools I can be someone. Hand on my umbrella, I had a dream this afternoon. Whatever you do, you gotta get out, son. You gotta get out with what you want. Instead of watching rainbows, I'm gonna make me some. Instead of watching rainbows, I'm gonna make me one. Instead of watching rainbows under the sun. Everybody knows you gotta get out, son. You gotta get out and make me one. Instead of watching rainbows, the evening sun, you come and make me shine so I can be someone. Instead of watching rainbows, I'm gonna make me one. Instead of watching rainbows, I'm gonna make me someone. 'Cause you're not gonna make it unless you get out, son. You gotta get out and make me
Who's he?
He rules here. Every night he searches the entire earth.
I haven't been the I haven't been the best example of actually going out there and working hard at it. I mean, I've kind of as far as my solo playing, I haven't done enough hyping of myself. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with saying, using my name as like I would a band's name, and so therefore you understand me. It's sort of a self-conscious. Because if I screw up on stage in a solo set, I can't blame it on the drummer. I can't, I can't pass off. If I go to the club and there's a lot of graffiti around saying that, I'm no good, then it's not like the band. I can't say, well, whatever. It's harder, but I'm getting more comfortable with that. If I have to remove myself and think, it's not. Just think of it as a band thing. Not think of it as me so much, but. It's easy to get your feelings hurt playing solo. I just have to toughen up a little bit.
How do you like that? Even among misfits, you're misfits.
I'm not interested in selling to the masses. I make music for freaks because I am one.
Really, music's like its kind of emanation. I find it impossible to put things in boxes for too long and keep them there anyway, because everything is interdependent, everything's linked. So the spiritual journey is the musical journey. The musical journey is the spiritual journey.
It seems to me that the artist's struggle for his integrity is a kind of metaphor, must be considered as a metaphor for the struggle which is universal and daily of all human beings on the face of this terrifying globe to get to become human beings. The poets, by which I mean all artists, are finally the only people who know the truth about us. Soldiers don't, statesmen don't, priests don't, union leaders don't. Only the poets. We know about the Oedipus complex not because of Freud, but because of a poet who lived in Greece thousands of years ago. And what he said then about what it was like to be alive is still true.
We are rapidly approaching a moment of truth, both for ourselves as human beings and for the life of our nation. Now, truth is not always a pleasant thing.
Art, in its purest form,
is resistance.
You've been listening to It's All Happening, your weekly audiophonic venture into our world through music. I'm Andy Valeri, your producer and host, thanking you for taking the time to listen and for making this program part of the soundtrack of your day. For more information about the music and information featured on the program, we invite you to visit the program website at bigbeef.com. as well as emailing us with any questions or comments at radio@bigbeef.com. It's All Happening can also be found on Facebook and Instagram, and don't forget to click the like and follow buttons, and please feel free to share among your own online communities, as that's a great way to help support the program and spread the word. Of particular note in that last set, besides the impressive reconstruction of a Mysfit Beatles throwaway, Watching Rainbows, fragments of it basically only found on bootlegs until rejuvenated there in that beautiful orchestral construction by Elvis Orbison and his Almost Beatles Songs project, there was the poetic ode by Tod Weidner to the late great Gregg Spence, whom we both personally were blessed to have had as a friend, and who was hands down one of the most profoundly talented and aware human beings I have ever personally known. Here we'll close this episode with the final song Gregg ever recorded before his passing from his short but deeply meaningful life. A life whose impact continues to resonate with me and so many to this day. For if there's anything Gregg helped me to understand, it was that it is indeed all happening.
says Red Molly to James, that's a fine motorbike. A girl could feel special on any such like. Says James to Red Molly, my hat's off to you. It's a Vincent Black Lightning 1952. And I've seen you at the corners and cafes, it seems. Red hair and black leather, my favorite color scheme. And he pulled her on behind and down to Box Hill they did ride. Oh, says James to Red Molly, is a ring for your right hand, but I tell you in earnest, I'm a dangerous man. For I fought with the law since I was 17. I robbed many a man to get my Vincent machine. Now I'm 21 years, I might make 22, and I don't mind dying, but for the love of you. And if fate should break my stride, then I'll give you my Vincent to ride. Come down, Red Molly, called Sergeant McRae, for they've taken a young James A.D. for armed robbery. Shotgun blast hit his chest, left nothing inside. Oh, come down, Red Molly, to his dying bedside. When she came to the hospital, there wasn't much left. He was running out of a road, he was running out of breath. But I smiled to see her cry. I said, I'll give you my Vincent to ride. Says James, in my opinion, there's nothing in this world beats a 52 Vincent and a red-headed girl. Now Nortons and Indians and Grieveses won't do. They don't have a soul like a Vincent 52. Oh, he reached for a hand and he slipped her the keys. Said, I've got no further use for these. I see angels and aerials in leather and chrome, swooping down from heaven to carry me home. And he gave her one last kiss and died. And he gave her his Vincent to ride.
The preceding program has been a presentation of Strategic Air Command, a proud subsidiary of Big Beef Productions.
That's what I can't get used to. Everything keeps changing.